Hello and welcome to another Excel demo with Rich Kerr. In this scenario, we want to take a look at adding the word days to the end of a number that represents the number of days between two dates. And so there's a couple of approaches. First, I just want to quickly review how I did this calculation. In cell D2, I'm using the if function to evaluate whether or not there's an end date in column C. Because for, say, some of the projects, there's no end date. So we're checking to see if there's a value in C2. So we say if C2, comma. So if C2 has a value, my if function will perform the true result, the value of true. So if there's a value in C, we're going to take C and subtract B. Pretty simple. If there is no value in C, we're going to use today's date and subtract what's in B2. So this if function allows us to calculate the number of days for each project, even if the project is ongoing and has had no end date entered yet. Pretty straightforward. But someone on the channel asked how could they actually show the word days after the calculation. So let's talk about a couple of approaches. And by the way, you'll notice I've got a calculation in cell G1, which is calculating the average of my results in column D. So that's going to be important for demonstrating what our issues are here. So how do I show the word days after the calculation? One way to do it would be to simply concatenate or append the word days in a set of quotation marks using the and symbol. So I have the original formula calculating the number, and then we say and days. The problem is that this is no longer a number. You may have noticed that the average just went down. It was at 98.2 and it just went down to 85.8 because this value is now being ignored by the average function because it's not numeric. And in fact, if I fill this formula down, then you'll get the div 0 divide by 0 error because there are no numeric values in column D at all, and my formula is trying to take the average of column D. So the problem with this approach, again, is that it's actually turning what my result into text values. So they can't be calculated. Or let's say I wanted to sort this and see, the longest project based on the number of days. If I do a right click in a cell in column D and choose sort Z to A, it's putting the one with 70 days first because with text values, 7 is bigger, of course, than 4. I mean, it's bigger in numeric values too, but because it's being interpreted as text, 7 is the first character, whereas this first character is 4. And this one is 1. So the way Excel sees the text value, 70 is the biggest value as compared to the others. It just doesn't work. So let's undo that sorting, and in fact, let's undo the attachment of the days text value and handle this a different way. So I just use undo to go back to the original formula calculating the number of days, and we'll do a custom number format. So I'll select those cells and do Control 1 on my keyboard to launch my Format Cells window. And I'll go down to the Custom section of the Number tab. So what I'm going to do is select the word General in the Type field. And General, or basically no special formatting at all, is the default format. So I'll type a 0 to indicate that I want to show a numeric value. And then I'll type a space, and I want to follow my numeric value with the actual word days. Now, doing this as a number format has the advantage of showing the result the way the user wanted, but it's not an actual text value in the cell. So the result of this is that it will say days afterwards, and we can see the sample here, 160 days, but there's no actual text value in the cell. It's still all numeric. So my value is still 98.2, pardon me. And if I decide to sort this, if I do a right click and say sort largest to smallest, well, the 192 numeric value is at the top as it should be with the 18 days down below. So that's it. If you want to put some sort of text value along with your numbers with the intent that the numbers stay as numbers and not as text, then you'll want to probably do some kind of special formatting or custom formatting. That's it. I hope you find it useful. Come back soon and check out more Excel demos with Rich Kerr. Peace.